Hey guys, Master Beetle here, aka Gianni, and I figured I'd do an alternate version of Bugs in Standard just to show people that their antline isn't necessarily the only route like I previously proclaimed. I just figured, well, last time at Locals, I just wanted to test something out. I wanted to figure, hey, let's just go back to basics and go to more of a grindy build of the deck. So instead of Antline, I took out Antline for Hell's Demise. Now, if y'all don't know what Hell's Demise does, what Hell's Demise does is auto on rearguard circle. He doesn't have a gift. So this is the only grade 3 you want to not ride, but you have so much consistency getting to your 3s, you should never have to ride him. But his skill is on rearguard circle, rest one of your opponent's rearguards, stand one of your rearguards on place. And his continuous skill is at the beginning of your opponent's stand phase, your opponent's units in the back row of the same column as this unit cannot stand. So basically, this is because his ability of -5 to the board is inconsequential largely to the top tier decks of the format. I just figured that a more control-y / grindy build of the deck is better encompassed with Spark Hercules, because most time with like for example, against Royals, Benevere columns, it doesn't really matter so much that the -5k they'll put a force marker on it. So against force decks, it really doesn't matter. But this guy just says, hey, that column, the back row guy is going to be rested, so you're gonna have to commit a little bit more if you want that unit to attack to actually hit my Vanguard. So yeah, we just went back to that and playing Water Gang at 4 because this is a more grindy build of the deck, whereas you're trying to abuse Water Gang with Hell's Demise and Machining Stag Beetle. And against like your bad matchups are Kagero when it gets its new support, anything that can touch your field a lot. So basically, kind of Murakami, Shadows, Kagero are your basically worst matchups, and then obviously Excel in general is just a really bad matchup for you. But since we are actually going to be moving into a forest heavy meta because of the BT booster, this might be a weird spec. You probably won't do as well with the more better protect decks like OTT Angels. But it is a weird spec. It does have the early aggression. It can aggress decks like BT and decks like Kagero, which for the most part don't like being aggroed. And like I said, Shadow Paladin is one of your worst matchups just because of how much it controls your board, but you need this guy in multiples if you want to win that game. And if you do, which I did manage to pull off in my recent locals, it's a grind out match, and you basically just try and grind them out to either deck out or until you can kill them. I'm running only 11 grade 1s in this lineup just so I could have the tech Jugular Cicada. Now, what Jugular Cicada does, what most of you probably don't know, is on place, rest it. It rests itself on place, and its rearguard skill is auto. When it attacks, it triples its current power level, and yes, that includes the boost. So you can get him up to 72k higher, get him up to 100k. So this guy basically asks for a PG or a damage. You only run him at 1 because there's no space in this deck to run him at multiples, in all honesty. And you could argue that you could just swap him out as your starter, but you would lose too much advantage from not getting the draw off to swap him out as your starter. So it just basically is, if you like last long enough that you didn't damage check it, you might see it, but it's not something you rely on. If you get it, it's there, but for the most part, he's just a big beater attacker tech. And then I went back to 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, because this is the grind out version of the deck, and it's focusing more on drawing with Water Gang and Hell's Demise. So deck out is very possible. I almost decked out against Shadows, but I had only one. I was only 1 card ahead of him. in that game. But yeah, this is the alternate version of Megacolony. This is probably the one that's gonna do better than the Antlion version, because this one focuses more on gaining card advantage, and Antlion just eats your card advantage. So yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe down below. Tell me what you think about the deck, and ask me any questions, I guess, about Megacolony Standard in general. I still believe it's a tier 3 deck, but you can just catch people by surprise because people still don't know what this deck does. So yeah, later.